Low to the mid-70s, very pleasant weather. You will notice a cold front to the north and you're thinking, come on, it's going to move through. Forget about it. Looks like it's going to be heading more to the east, but we did have some stronger storms to the north with a tornado reported right there over the northeast portion of Mississippi, just into northwest Alabama. But look at this, looking great right here. We've got that onshore flow. In the morning, low temperatures mid-60s to near 70 degrees. Then those temperatures popping up again. Don't forget to check the back seat.
Hey, it's Jeff Ross, and the criminals are back at it again, and the FBI putting out an urgent new warning. Maybe you've gotten these text messages and emails. We have the latest examples of how the criminals are trying to steal your personal information by taking advantage during this pandemic. You're going to see that, plus how to protect yourself.
That I hope we can do this by Easter. I think that would be a great thing for our country, and we're all working very hard to make that a reality.
You heard it there, President Trump setting Easter as a target date to reopen the country, suggesting he may phase out of the 15-day self-isolating guidelines once they expire. But tonight, Dr. Anthony Fauci says that he's urging the president to be flexible.
You can look at a date, but you got to be very flexible, and on a literally day-by-day and week-by-week basis, you need to evaluate the feasibility of what you're trying to do.
Right now, governors from both parties nationwide rejecting President Trump's new accelerated timeline as states are continuing to impose more restrictions to curb the spread. Today, Senator John Kennedy announced a $31 million FEMA grant to the Louisiana Office of Emergency Preparedness in response to COVID-19. The money can be used to support emergency protective measures, including emergency medical care, medical sheltering, general health communications, and the distribution of supplies. Senator Kennedy issued a statement saying, in part, the federal and state governments are committed to doing whatever it takes to protect local communities from the coronavirus and doing it quickly. Well, just into the newsroom, Odyssey House will now have drive-through testing weekdays from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. That's at its South Broad Street location. The tests are free, but people are asked to bring their insurance cards. People without insurance cards are still eligible for testing. Tonight, we've also confirmed that a Winn-Dixie store associate at the location on Veterans Boulevard has tested positive for COVID-19. The Winn-Dixie associate was removed from duty immediately, and people who may have been exposed are being contacted.
It was a beautiful day today. I know it was kind of warm. We've got more warm weather ahead for this week. In fact, we may hit 90 degrees this week. It would be the earliest ever. So here is a look at your forecast. We've got record heat. It looks like all the way through Saturday. And then let me tell you, the pollen is high. Are you sneezing, sniffling? Well, it could be the pollen. And so keep that in mind. And also you need to water the garden. We haven't had much rain lately, and we do not have a decent shot at rain all the way through Saturday. And keep in mind, it's going to be really warm. And then we've got a cold front moving through late Saturday that will bring us some slightly cooler temperatures, but they're still going to be above average. Here is a look at our high temperatures today. We were in the low to the mid 80s. At the airport, we hit 86, and that is a record high. Previous record high, 84 degrees. And as you look through the week, look at how we've got these record highs all in the mid 80s, but our forecast highs are going to be warmer than that, generally in the mid to the upper 80s, with that potential for hitting 90 degrees by Saturday. If you look at the earliest 90-degree reading, it was April 17th. So we may have a 90-degree reading by March 28th. That's pretty incredible. Rain chances are staying low, and with a higher temperatures, you're going to have more evaporation. Meanwhile, look at this iris. Isn't that beautiful? Laura Dewey was out by the Sunshine Bridge and picked those. Thanks for sharing that. Here is a look at our rainfall, and we're almost 2.5 inches of rain below average for the month. We could sure use it to wash out the atmosphere. Right now, the oak and the willow are high, and the sedge is up there. That's one of the weed pollens, and it's a problem. Meanwhile, look at this. Bourbon Street tonight, Joseph Duffy sent that in, and you can see absolutely empty. So right now it's 75 degrees. The wind is very light. Temperatures are not going to drop a whole lot tonight. We're in the low to the mid 70s right now. We've got that onshore flow sending in the warm, moist air. There's the cold front that's to the north, not expected to push through. It's simply going to give us a few more clouds into southwest Mississippi. And at this point, we have no rain in the area at all. As you go into the morning hours, low temperatures upper 60s to the low 70s with some patchy fog. Let's go to our storm tracker, and we can show you the big picture. There's the cold front. It washes out, and we'll have a brief, possibly northwest wind as you go into Thursday. It's going to be a hot day, plenty of sunshine, a southerly flow. And then notice, here comes the cold front. That's the front that's going to be pushing through as we go into your Saturday night. Meanwhile, for tonight, partly cloudy. We'll have some patchy fog. Low temperatures from the low 60s to the low 70s. There's a look at that fog as we go into the morning, and then get ready. Another warm day tomorrow with record high temperatures. Here is a look into the week. By Saturday, 90. The cold front moves through a little bit cooler as you go into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Our chief national consumer correspondent, Jeff Rossen, has been all over the scam surrounding the coronavirus pandemic. And tonight, the FBI is issuing yet another new warning. Jeff.
Hey guys, yeah, it feels like I was just here a couple of days ago telling you about other scams because these criminals are really ratcheting it up. So we're ratcheting it up too, and we're going to keep coming to you whenever the FBI and the Department of Justice put out these new urgent warnings, as they just did. They say scams are spiking big time. Criminals are using this pandemic to steal your money, your personal information, or both. But don't let them. Today, I want to focus on this. Phishing scams. Let me show you some real life examples being sent around right now. This is stuff from the last couple of days. My boss got this text on her phone and sent it to me, assuming it was fake, but wanted me to check to make sure. And yes, it's fake. There are always some red flags. Let me show you the red flags here. When a big company texts you, you see at the very top it's an actual phone number. It won't be like that. There'll be some like 4 or 5 digit code, not a real phone number. Also, look at it says, we received a request to add a new line ending 4456. She never requested a new line, but still some of us would think, ugh, what's going on? Let me just call to clear this up, because look at this. There's an easy 1888 number right at the bottom of the text. So I just called it for fun. Watch what happens.
Welcome to AT&T Wireless. I see you would like to add a line to your account. To continue, press 1. To decline this request, press 2.
Decline. Press 2.
Now, what is your 4-digit PIN?
Now, a lot of people will type that in, even though you declined. They will find victims this way. It works. So let's all be smarter than them. Here's another real-life example going around right now, this Starbucks gift card, and people are sharing it, thinking it's real on social media. A few of my friends even wrote to me, is this real? Starbucks giving everyone $100 as a sorry for closing locations. Totally fake. Look right here. To apologize for closing stores. The word apologize is spelled wrong. And then I got this example from one of our anchors at our Hearst Powerhouse WBAL in Baltimore. He got this seemingly from CVS. It looks pretty real. CVS Pharma, COVID-19, to his home address. We're processing your order. All of that, right? A red flag. And at the bottom of it, it says they're going to give you also $100 if you click on the link. Criminals can deliver malware and steal your information just by clicking on that link. You wouldn't even know it. So the FBI is now issuing some good tips to fight this. First of all, we say this all the time, do not open attachments or click on links you do not recognize. Verify web addresses. Easy way to do this, manually type them into your browser. Don't click on that CVS or that Starbucks. Go to starbucks.com, type it in. And never trust anyone asking for your information unsolicited. They came to you out of nowhere? They want your information? You didn't reach out to them? No. So the U.S. Attorney is urging you to report all coronavirus fraud. If you suspect anything, here's the web address I want you to go to, www.ic3.gov. You can also call the National Center for Disaster Fraud hotline at 1-866-720-5721. We have all this information, because I know there's a lot there. We have it all on our website right now, RossenReports.com. And like I said, these criminals are figuring out something new every single day. I'll come here every day if I have to stay ahead of them for you. Back to you.
All right, just ahead, another patient speaks out the symptoms that made her get tested for coronavirus.
Live, local, late breaking. This is WDSU News at 10.
I, like you, look forward to the day when we are past this. When that comes, I don't know.
You heard it there. Lots of uncertainty still surrounding COVID-19. This as cases continue to rise in Louisiana at staggering rates. 46 lives have already been lost, and there are 1,300 cases now statewide. The governor says without significant federal help, there will be no available hospital bed in Orleans or Jefferson Parish by April 4th. Tonight, we have live team coverage on the coronavirus impacts as no one is immune, and we begin our coverage with NBC's Dan Scheneman.
President Trump repeated his wish to have coronavirus restrictions lifted in a few weeks.
Thank you very much. I said earlier today that I hope we can do this by Easter. I think that would be a great thing for our country, and we're all working very hard to make that a reality.
But one of the nation's top doctors took a more cautious tone.
We need to know what the penetrance of infection is there. So we need to put a light on those dark spots that we don't know. We have to act policy-wise on data, and we're going to be getting more data.
And that data is grim in New York. The state's governor says the number of cases doubling every 3 days.
The apex is higher than we thought, and the apex is sooner than we thought. That is a bad combination of facts.
And while 400 ventilators arrived in New York City,
What am I going to do with 400 ventilators when I need 30,000?
other parts of the country also overwhelmed. A fairgrounds in Florida reportedly will serve as a temporary hospital, and hospitals say they are still low on protective equipment.
So you don't think about sort of your supplies or rationing, and if you need to be at the bedside, you're going to be at the bedside.
In Washington, lawmakers appear close to passing a massive economic stimulus package. And that caused a rally on Wall Street, one of the biggest in history. The Dow closed up more than 2,100 points. Dan Scheneman, NBC News.
In this breaking news, President Donald Trump has approved Louisiana's disaster declaration request. Governor John Bel Edwards made that request today. This action makes cash available immediately for emergency needs the state has due to the coronavirus. The governor noted that hospitals in Orleans and Jefferson parishes could be at max capacity by the end of the week and are in dire need of federal aid for medical supplies and other needs. More on this story as it develops. Stay with WDSU.com and our mobile app for the latest. Again, here in Louisiana, more than 1,388 coronavirus cases. The governor says that of that number, at least 94 people are on ventilators statewide. Our Sharif Aishat continues our team coverage now. Sharif, the governor is expecting that number to increase sharply pretty soon.
Yeah, Gina, like you said, those numbers could go up quickly and real soon. And right now, the supply isn't really meeting the demand with ventilators in this country, but one local designer is doing his part to help alleviate that issue.
I ended up reaching out to a local 3D print company, and when they realized what was going on and what it was, they fast-tracked it.
Stephen Gordon, the man behind the 3D design of this device. What you're looking at is essentially a splitter for ventilators, which allows up to 4 people to work on one ventilator at a time.
You would hook up this piece to your ventilator. On this side over here, there's actually 4 ports, and there's plugs here, so there's the ability to go ahead and only hook up 2 vents. And if you need to add people to it, you have the ability now to remove a plug and add another vent tube to it.
This is something that took Gordon 5 days to research and design.
I did a whole bunch of research, and I went ahead and found this study from 2006 that shows that in theory it will work. And then we found some actual examples of it working. And so what we did was I went ahead and took this information and made this design and, put it in my software to make it 3D so it's able to be printed anywhere.
By the way, his design is free for anyone to use. And Gordon says a local hospital is already printing it and will use it if need be.
This is going to be used if there is no other option. And the positive thing is if you have to get to a point where you have to choose who gets a vent and who doesn't get a vent, this is another option. This way we can go ahead and hopefully give a vent to more people instead of, allowing those people to not get one and probably die.
And the prototype he showed us today took 3 hours to print. Gordon says The devices hospitals will make could take up to 6 hours to print because they're using different materials. Gina, back to you.
All right, Sharif, thank you. Tonight, a New Orleans woman giving us her firsthand account of combating coronavirus. Carolyn Schofield got tested last week, got her results today. She says she wasn't too surprised, but is still fearful because it's unclear how long she's had it. She is also unsure if her symptoms will return. Schofield says after Mardi Gras, she started to feel sick, and she was at first diagnosed with pneumonia. She describes the discomfort she had in her chest as she tried to breathe.
You could hear this crackling noise, and it almost, I can't even describe it really well, like a wrapper, like a plastic wrapper crackling was kind of what it sounded like. It wasn't wheezing, and I was never really short of breath. It's just when I would take a breath in, you would, or breathe out, you would just hear this like noise.
Schofield says that she still has a cough and says that she is congested. Her eyes burn. She says she is distancing herself from others and is doing everything she can to stay healthy. Our Shay O'Connor live outside the VA hospital tonight, where this time last week they were dealing with one of their first coronavirus patients. Shay, you had the chance to speak with a 63-year-old man about his battle with the virus. Shay.
Gina, that's right. Now, Jerome Posey, it says he's just thankful to be alive. That's after spending about 12 days in the ICU here at the VA hospital. Now, Posey says he first felt symptoms weeks ago, things like a loss of appetite, weakness in his limbs, and also blacking out. That was his third visit to the VA hospital when he was placed in isolation and tested for COVID-19. It was later confirmed that he actually did have the virus. Now, Posey describes his experience in ICU.
Things started spiraling in me. What no medication? Antibody after antibody after antibody. Antibody swelled me up. I left to lay in that bed, and I draw up like a baby. Man, I was so hot. I was so cold.
Now, Posey says his fever eventually did break. Now, out of the hospital, he's now focusing on building up his lung strength. And Posey says that others can, if they do keep their faith, then they can also beat the virus. And I will continue to keep you updated on this situation. But for now, reporting live from the VA hospital, Shay O'Connor, WDSU News.
Shay, thank you. Tonight, chatter continues to build after a big announcement from officials with the Olympics. The games have officially been postponed. For more, let's go to WDSU's Fletcher Mackel.
That's right, Gina. Louisiana always produces a handful of Summer Olympians, but now those great athletes will have to wait at least a year to compete on the sport's biggest stage. No rescheduled date for the Olympic Games, but they will take place in the same host city, Tokyo, in 2021, although get this, they will still be called the Olympic Games of 2020. The International Olympic Committee officially announced the postponement today after growing pressure to delay the Games, which were originally scheduled to take place from July 24th to August 9th. We talked with former local Olympian, St. Martin's High School product, and three-time Olympic gold medalist in swimming, Ashley Tappan, about how the athletes will handle this huge change.
Well, the worst thing for an athlete is an unknown. Like, if you tell me what I have to deal with, then okay, I'm going to put it in a little box and I'm going to say this is my new normal and I'm going to get done what I have to get done. But to tell them that your Olympic trials are now going to be a year from now, your Olympics is now a year and a half from now, that's something they can't deal with. But if you say Olympic trials may be in 3 months, it could be in 6 months, we may do it 2 weeks before or a month before the Olympic date, when we find out what the Olympic date is, the unknowns are going to set people into a tailspin.
Now, 3 times before, in 1916, 1940, and 1944, during World War I and World War II, twice during World War II, the Olympic Games were canceled, but this is the first time in the history of the Olympics that the Games are being postponed. Gina, back to you.
And the weather is going to be hot over the next few days. I've got those forecast highs coming up.
We know this is a scary time for all of us, let alone someone who struggles with alcohol or drug addiction. And experts say people in recovery have really had a hard time when their routine is interrupted. That's why places like the Responsibility House in Gretna are so important. They have residential and outpatient programs to help people stay clean. The executive director says that they're using telemedicine to continue their services, but he says their clients are supporting one another, and that might make the biggest difference.
Yeah, in fact, I think it's served to gel people together in the middle of the crisis, which is kind of remarkable. Kind of reminds me of Katrina. You know, the worst thing in the world just happened, and everybody's pulling together to make a different outcome. Like that's some cool stuff. I don't like the way we got there, but the outcome's pretty amazing. You know.
It is important to mention that Alcoholics and Narcotics Anonymous are meeting. Their meetings are still happening. They're just happening online. We know the coronavirus pandemic is a lot to take in, with more news coming in every single day. If you're feeling stressed, the Louisiana Department of Health has free counseling services available. Take down this number, 1-866-310-7977.
It's a beautiful evening. Temperatures right now in the low to the mid 70s. Keep in mind the average high this time of the year in the mid 70s. So at 10:45, we're in the low to the mid 70s. Here is a look at your headlines, and we have got some warm weather ahead, at least for this time of the year. High temperatures are going to be in the mid to the upper 80s to near 90 degrees, and our rain chances are low. Unfortunately, the pollen is high. We could really use some rain to wash out the atmosphere. There is a weak cold front that's going to be pushing through Saturday night with some rain chances, and then we'll have temperatures that will be closer to the average. But look at this, high temperature today, 86, the record before 84 degrees. So we blew that away. The average high is 74. And right now, we're basically in the low to the mid 70s. Here is a look at the highs today. We were in the low to the mid 80s. And if you look at the record highs for this time of the year, they're in the mid 80s. And we're going to be warmer than that for the next few days. Here is a look at those forecast highs in the mid to the upper 80s, and we may hit 90 degrees. Now,